Hello everyone, my name is Nikhil Bansal. I'm currently pursuing my master's in CVIT IIIT Hyderabad under Professor Ravi Kiran. Today I'll be presenting my work on project titled DrawMon, a distributed system for detection of atypical sketch content in concurrent Pictionary games. Let's see what Pictionary is. So Pictionary is a multiplayer social game where there is a drawer and a guesser. Drawer tries to sketch the word on the canvas. Guesser tries to make a guess observing the drawer and the sketch within the specified time limit. The goal of the game Pictionary is for the drawer to convey the target word to the guesser within the specified time limit. If the guesser makes a correct guess within the specified time limit, then that means success. And if the timer runs out and guesser was not able to make the guess, then that means failure. So since Pictionary is a really fun and creative game, it has been used in a lot of these game shows, TV shows as a fun and recreational activity that motivated us to use Pictionary as a test bed for developing this distributed framework. So let's see how we collected our Pictionary dataset. So this is our Pictionary web apps interface looks like from the drawer side and the guesser side. Let's see through a video how it looks like. So this is what our Pictionary interface looks like. So the drawer currently is trying to draw the word eat through this pencil, which is a tool given to him. And there are other tools. The second one is eraser for erasing the drawing. The third one is the highlight for highlighting the part of the sketch. And thumbs up and thumbs down are for giving positive and negative feedback to the guesser so that guesser can make correct guess in the correct directions. And if the guesser makes the correct guess, then the drawer can tick this blue button to end the gaming session. So this is our whole Pictionary data collection system. So these are drawer and guesser browser client, which sends the request to this Nginx central relay server. And this central relay server sends them to data relay server and session manager. Session manager is responsible for managing concurrent multiple sessions, and data relay server collects the data in the form of SVG and guesses in the form of text and records them in our backend Postgres dataset. All in all, we collected 3,220 sessions distributed among 479 participants with varying age range from 14 to 60, and all these sessions are divided almost equally among 200 target words. We carefully selected these target words to belong to different parts of speech. 64% of them were noun, 25% were verb, 11% were adjectives. Let's see what atypical sketch content is. Atypical sketch content can be categorized into two forms. First one is benign atypical activity, which contains arrows and circles, which are basically not part of the sketch, but they're used to denote or point to some part of the sketch. As you can see in this case, circle is used to draw attention to this star part of the sketch. And the second is more serious, and we dub them as rule violation. So rule violation contain text and numbers because text and numbers are not allowed to be written on the canvas in the game of Pictionary. So we annotated our data set through our custom designed interface called Canvas Dash. Let's see through a video how we annotate a session. So this is our annotation session. Currently, the annotator can go through these interface buttons, let's say next stroke and previous stroke, to move to the previous stroke and next stroke to annotate a particular stroke. Let's say in this case, the annotator is trying to annotate this number 1. He clicked on it and he can explicitly enter the number after clicking on it to annotate it. There are other features and tools available to annotator for annotation. So annotator can select multiple strokes, put them into group and annotate them as one using these select and deselect button, and by going into multiple group mode. And there is this split strokes tool, which is available in case we want to split these multiple strokes into parts. In this case, we have this stroke ELE, which can be split into E, L, and E to annotate them separately. So in this case, the annotator separated them, and then he's trying to annotate them separately. So this is how E is being separated, and now he's annotating it as individual letter E, and similarly L, and so on. So this is our Canvas Dash tool for annotations. Let's see what atypical dataset classes are. First one is the text class, which contain individual letter and running end letters. Running end letters are basically written without any breaks, unlike individual letters. Numbers and circles for highlighting a part of the sketch, and miscellaneous question mark arrows are all part of iconic atypic dataset class. Miscellaneous can contain pluses, minus, tick marks, double-headed arrows, etc. So this particular bar graph shows distribution of number of session across categories. We have the individual letter as the dominant category in our dataset. Let's see what CanvasNet is. CanvasNet is a custom designed network which is used to predict a typical sketch content on these input images. Let's go through it step by step. So first one is this input CanvasNet image, and which is this input image is passed to this feature extractor stage 1, which extract the features from the given image with the help of these 3 dense block layers and pass it to the multi-scale predictor. Multi-scale predictor downsamples this one by one, and all these downsampled features are then concatenated, passed to non-maximum suppression layer, and then used, and then finally detections are being emitted, as in this case. Let's see CanvasNet detections. So these are the text detections by CanvasNet. These are multi-class detections. The red one denotes the text detections, the blue one denotes the number detections, and these orange one denotes the iconic detections, and green ones the question mark, and so on. So in this case, band should have been detected by CanvasNet, but it was not. That's why it was categorized as false negative. And in this case, these dotted rectangles are detected by CanvasNet, and they're not part of any typical sketch content. That's why these are false positives. Let's see CanvasNet's results. So CanvasNet performed really well in case of text because text is the dominant class, as we shown earlier. And when we see CanvasNet results in case of text only and multi-class, so CanvasNet performs really, really well when we see the MAP and MAR of CanvasNet compared to these other networks. And also in case of multi-class also, CanvasNet performs significantly well compared to these other networks. And CanvasNet has a reasonably decent amount of parameters, not too much and not too less. And CanvasNet also processes each image individually in really less time when we compare to other networks. Let's see what DrawMon is. So we explained this part of the architecture before. Now let's see what DrawMon is. So our data relay server also passes all of the strokes on the current canvas to this Flask relay server in the SVG format. Then it puts them into this canvas queue, which then puts it into renderer. Renderer converts SVG to images and puts them into image queue. CanvasNet then pulls these images, perform detection on them, and pass them to the data relay server, which then passes it to drawer agent for detections. So our DrawMon is really fast and reliable, as can be seen through our study sessions, which involved many concurrent sessions parallelly running. And let's see what DrawMon's pipeline is. So this is the DrawMon pipeline. First, we have active game session, which is put into this canvas queue and then converted into SVG to image and then put into rendered queue. Finally, these CanvasNet instances pulls them one by one and tries to make detections on them. Send these detections to our front end for alerts. Let's see DrawMon in action. So in this case, the drawer is trying to draw this passport word. And since book is the wrong guess, the drawer indicates that the guesser is wrong through this thumbs down button. Again, the letter is wrong. So thumbs down is being sent to denote the negative feedback. And since the guesser is not able to draw, the drawer not able to guess, the drawer is trying to violate rule and write text on the canvas. So the system sends this alert and this box for for rule violation. And as soon as this text is deleted, this violation alerts went away. So this is how DrawMon works. Let's see DrawMon's performance in real time. So DrawMon's performance in real time, recall is really good, but the precision is low because of really large number of false positive in the real time. Let's see DrawMon's performance. So DrawMon's has really good effective throughput, but when we increase the number of sessions, the DrawMon's throughput does not change by that much margin. But when we tries to increase the number of CanvasNet instances, DrawMon's throughput rate increases. And when we increase the number of worker processes, the DrawMon's throughput increases by a small margin. So DrawMon can be used in really other domains. In case of understanding whiteboard content, DrawMon can be used, such as detecting these tags, these formulas, numbers, drawings, etc. DrawMon can also be used in collaborative digital whiteboard activity environment for monitoring purposes. In conclusion, here are our 4 contributions. First one is the Canvas Dash, which is the annotation tool and visualization tool. The second one is the Atypical, which is a data set for atypical sketch content. Then we have our CanvasNet for atypical content detection. Finally, we present DrawMon, which is a framework for monitoring multiple shared interactive whiteboard activity. Please do check out our website, drawmon.github.io, for code details. We wish to acknowledge KCS and TCS for supporting us throughout this project. Thank you very much.